Good morning. You're listening to WPVM in Asheville, North Carolina, 103.7 on the dial. This is the BLAINESWORLD Show, heard each Wednesday at 9 a.m. And you can also watch us on WPVM's Facebook page, which you're watching right now. I'm your host, Blaine Greenfield, and we're actually not in my Zoom studio in Fairview, North Carolina, but we are in Fairview, North Carolina, at the home of
Mark Tumanuksa.
Okay, and Iris Tumanowska. I'll eventually get it. And each week what we do, we focus on the Asheville theater scene, as well as on positive news and information about both people and organizations in both Western North Carolina and throughout the country. And to that end, it's my pleasure to introduce this special Facebook Live edition of the BLAINESWORLD Show, featuring
Mark Tumanuksa.
Sarah Kors.
Okay, and these two folks make up a group called
Tumo Kors.
Okay, and I'd like to thank you for being a guest on this special.
Thanks for having us.
She's Kors, I'm Tumo.
Okay, we got it. That's the name of the group. And let me ask you first of all, before we begin, you've been, Sarah, now in the Fairview area, Asheville area for how long?
About a month.
Okay,
We just got here.
So what got you to here?
So Mark coming down here, we had been playing together, we'd been doing music together in the Berkshires, and he came down here for his day job. And when he told me he was leaving, I was happy for him because everything's going great with his work, but I was very sad for myself. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll go down too. And so my boyfriend got work down here, and we decided we were going to do it.
Okay, and then to Mark, I'll ask the question, not so much how you got to this area, but did you always know when you were a little kid growing up, and you grew up where?
All over.
All over.
Yeah.
Well, you grew up all over. Did you always know you wanted to be a musician?
No, but when I was actually, fifth grade, we were going to get band instruments, and my mom wanted me to play the trumpet. And then the movie Some Like It Hot was on the television, and Marilyn Monroe goes to Tony Curtis, there's something about saxophone players, especially tenor saxophone players. And suddenly I wanted to be a saxophone player. And no one could talk me out of it. They told me the tenor saxophone was too big, but my 10-year-old heart knew that I was going to play the saxophone.
And by the way, we're going to get to hear you play the saxophone today?
Yes, you are. Yeah.
Okay, great. So Mark, saxophone player. And Sarah, the same thing too. I know in another life you had also been a lawyer.
Yes.
But how did you get into music?
I started playing piano. I started taking piano lessons when I was 7. And I remember my parents sitting me down in this little sort of ottoman chair, telling me they were going to give me piano lessons. And I remember it felt just like the sky had opened because I had wanted to be playing the piano. My grandma had a piano, and my brother and I would pretend we knew how to play. And I really wanted to figure out how to make actual songs on it. I've just been playing ever since.
And the incredible thing about what you do, Sarah, you not only play and sing, but you also write music. Is that correct?
That's right, yeah.
And you were telling me off the air, you've written about how many songs?
A couple hundred now, I think.
You really?
Yeah, I've lost, I don't keep track.
And yet, can you play all of them, or you can play most of them?
I could play all of them if given a day or two to sort of remember how the song goes. But we've got at least 40 that we have in our regular circulation of what we're playing. So
About 150 cover songs.
Right. But we're not going to play them all today, is that correct?
no,
Well, it depends.
Yeah.
we'd be here
How
a
much
while.
time you got?
Okay, and the thing, Mark, what I find interesting about you, not only you, this musician, but you're also this incredible tech guy. And how do you get in? How do you kind of go from music to tech background and do everything?
It was just a matter of necessity. So I'd gone to the Berklee College of Music before I told them piano was my principal instrument, and then I learned to play piano just before I went there. And then after a while I got married and moved to Illinois, and we had a baby back in 1979, and I worked for this garbage company that had no health care because it was non-union, and so I paid cash at the hospital, and I could still picture them coming out with this bill that was about twice the cash I had. And then I finally explained to them I didn't have that much money. So they all disappear behind these double doors, and then a couple minutes later this guy comes out, he has a 3-piece suit and a clipboard. And he handed me the bill for $50 less than I had with me.
Okay.
And so then I decided I needed a day gig with healthcare, and I got a mailroom job at Bell Laboratories. The engineers like me, gave me a computer account, and I just stay after work and started teaching myself stuff.
And so the nice thing about that gig, as opposed to being a musician, is that I guess a lot of musician gigs don't have benefits, but you know,
Yes, in fact, that was one of the things that drew my attention. to the job.
And rather than talk more about kind of your background, I think it's kind of appropriate. I know there are a bunch of songs you'd like to talk about, but why don't you maybe introduce Sarah? The first one I think I have down, Mississippi, Fred McDowell.
Okay.
And what's the background of that story?
So this is one of the first songs that Mark and I created together. So typically I'll write the song, he'll come up with the arrangement. But on this one, he wrote the piano part and he sent it to me with we had these little, I don't even know what they were called. I think it's called a Zoom recorder. And he recorded the part, emailed it to me, and I wrote the melody over top with the lyrics. So.
Okay, I'm going to turn this one over to you, so
Okay.
you're going to hear now 2 more chords with Mississippi, Fred McDowell.
Unpaid bills around the table, dying sure to bleed you dry. But man must pay for living, and you gotta move when the Lord swings by. Mississippi, can you hear me? Them Delta blues
peanut gallery listening to this, so thank you all for joining us today. And the question, Sarah, I always am interested with songwriters. How did you come up with the name for that song?
So this song was, I wrote it imagining myself in the perspective of Mississippi Fred McDowell, who was a blues artist in Mississippi. I think he was in his 60s or late 50s perhaps, when he was discovered. It was around the time where somebody decided they needed to go and record this blues music because all the old blues players were getting up in age, and they wanted to make sure that they had recordings before these men disappeared. And he ended up, at that point in his life, he started touring around. So I just imagined, he had been a subsistence farmer for the vast majority of his life, and he just played music because he loved it. And then all of a sudden he sort of went off to New York and was playing in clubs, and I thought that was an incredible story. And it was also, it just felt like that idea fit with what Mark had written with the piano part that he had sent over. And I thought it was a story worth telling. So.
And the question mark also, so you get, I guess, the words or the idea of a song, and it just comes to you, the music that's going to be part of it?
For me, it always starts with the music, and the words might come later. Yeah, and so I just this case, I just woke up one morning and this idea was in my head, so I just played it real quick and sent it to Sarah before I forgot it.
Okay. And the amazing thing, I'm watching this too, so both of you are not playing with music, you're just doing this.
Oh yeah.
You know this?
I don't really play with music, so that makes it easier not to play with music. But if I hear it, I can play it.
Okay, really good. And then another song then, I love, I just love different titles. And when you write, do you write everyday music, or do you sit down?
No, I don't really write every day. There was a point for probably a good 4 years that I was doing a little something every day. I started focusing a bit more on my piano chops, because I kind of wanted to shore up that a little bit. But yeah, the practice for me of writing every day was a really wonderful one. And I definitely am looking forward to getting back to that at some point soon.
Now, aside from the piano, do you play any other instruments?
I play flute and I strum a little guitar.
Okay. And Mark, I'll ask you if we have enough time to go through all the instruments you play. How many instruments?
I don't play French horn.
Oh, not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Are you going to get the glockenspiel out?
I have played it in a marching band.
So how many instruments have you played?
I played sousaphone in the University of Illinois marching band. I played a guitar, bass, percussion, so a bunch of stuff like that. I'm just kind of whatever's missing, I tend to play.
Do you have a favorite?
It used to be the saxophone, but lately it's become the piano.
Okay, great. Well, kind of, I'll use that to introduce, I guess, the next song. And I showed down you want to play He Don't Know?
Oh, sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
we're
So
going to switch for that one.
if you would, okay, I'll get ready way also.
Don't get scared.
He thinks I love him, but he don't know that I dream about you and you alone. He thinks I need him. He'd never believe that he don't give me what I need. There's a door that I leave closed. He don't know how to get inside. Yesterday he told me he was gonna break my heart, and I'm amazed at all the things he don't know. He don't see me like you did, full of scars and innocence. He don't realize how strong I am thinks my heart is his for breaking. He thinks he's got a steady hold, but he don't know about that door that I leave closed. He don't know how to get inside. Yesterday he told me he was gonna break my heart, and I'm amazed at all the things he don't know. 'Cause he don't know about that door I leave closed. He don't know how to get himself inside. Oh, yesterday he told me he was gonna break my heart, but he don't know it isn't true. 'Cause he don't know how to break through. He don't know me. He ain't you.
I have to ask you, I'm listening to this, but it seems like there must be a backstory to this. You don't have to tell us.
None of these are personal or about her in any way.
No, is there a backstory?
There is a backstory, yeah. So this one actually, a lot of my songs have sort of their pastiches or quilts, like little pieces from here and there come in. But this one is just this is what I wrote to this. Someone who just really was sort of arrogant about things, ended things very abruptly, thought that, you know, I was so in love with him, and I was like, really? No.
So he didn't know.
He didn't know. He was a very clueless person.
But now if he listens to this, he'll
Now he'll know.
Do you think he'll know it's about him?
I don't think he would.
Okay. And Mark, the question: do we get to? Do you sing in any of this stuff, or
Not on purpose.
no? Do you sing?
I do sing. I do background vocals typically. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you because I want to make sure we see some of your other talent. You also do play the saxophone. And
Yeah, we're gonna play. Do you want to do?
You do Mama?
Yeah.
Can we
let's
get
do
one
one.
number? Okay, so this number is what's the number?
Sarah.
Sarah.
It's called Mama's Broken Heart. So it's a song that was written by Casey Musgraves, recorded by Miranda Lambert. She does a country version. I love the song. I think the lyric writing is
We did a
fabulous.
collection of it.
We did a
Oh,
close.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so anytime we do a cover, we make a Chimo Chords version out of it. It's a little different than what you'd hear in the recording.
And by the way, you've heard the name of the group. If you can see it, I think you can probably see it. But this is the website. We'll talk about it again. But it's tumo-chords, KOHRS.com. And you can find out more about some of the stuff that you
Yeah.
do there, too. So great. Why don't you then take away from Mama's Broken Heart?
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, my volume's down. There we go.
There you go.
I cut my bangs with some rusty kitchen scissors. I screamed his name till the neighbors called the cops. I numbed the pain at the expense of my liver. I don't know what I did next, all I know I couldn't stop. Word got around to the barflies in the Baptists. My mama's phone started ringing off the hook. I can hear her now saying she ain't gonna have this. It don't matter how you feel, it only matters how you look. Go and fix your makeup, girl, it's just a breakup. Now go, I ain't you crazy and start acting like a lady. 'Cause I raised you better, gotta keep it together even when you fall apart. But this ain't my mama's broken heart. little less dramatic, like
We all do.
Kennedy when Camelot went down in flames. Leave it to me to be holding the matches when the fire truck shows up and there's nobody else to blame. Can't get revenge and keep a spotless reputation, but sometimes revenge is still the choice you gotta make. My mama came from a softer generation, where you can't agree up and buy your lip just to save a little face. Go and fix your makeup, girl, it's just a breakup, so go hide your crazy and start acting like a lady, 'cause I raised you better, gotta keep it together even when we fall apart. But this ain't my mama's broken heart. Powder your nose, paint your toes, line your lips and keep them closed. Cross your legs, dot your eyes, never let them see you cry. Go and fix your makeup, girl, it's just a breakup, so go hide your crazy and start acting like a lady, 'cause I raised you better, gotta keep it together even when you fall apart. This ain't my mama's broken heart.
I kind of think I heard this song, but never quite like that. That was incredible. Do you do that a lot with taking a cover or sending song?
That's kind of the only way we do them.
Now, do you play other music in that?
We'll just, whatever strikes us, we'll just kind of go where it takes us.
Do you ever just sit down and just just do music of a certain, that kind
Oh,
of
yeah,
music?
well, one of the things we do is we'll call out a song, we'll just call out a song to each other that we've never played together and just see where we go.
People hated playing with us because we would do that.
Yeah,
We were the only two that thought that was really exciting.
This is not on the set list.
But that was so much fun, though. I mean, I could just see you doing like a whole concert of just that kind of music.
We have. just take it,
Just play some music a lot of people don't hear it too much, or
No. Yeah, it's fun.
really cool. Do you have a favorite kind of music you play?
This one, I like her songs. I really do. She's prolific. If she does fewer than 30 songs in a year, she feels disappointed. Like she's slacking.
And how long does it take you to come up with songs, Sarah?
It really depends. Some songs I've pounded out in like 15, 20 minutes. Some songs, if they're gonna take a long time, it's because they need to sort of sit and percolate. So, I'll come back to something 6 months later and be like, oh, I'm looking at it from a different angle now. It's got this different idea in it, and then I can finish it. But typically, it's probably 3 to 5 days, I would say. Maybe a couple weeks. Yeah.
When you come up with a song, you just indicated, do you then sometimes change it? Like in those song we just heard, was there an evolutionary process to that?
Well, the last one that we just did, I didn't write, but he don't know. So I do most of my editing on my own, and then by the time I bring it to Mark or perform it, it's pretty set. Like I'm probably not going to make too many lyrical changes unless Mark's like, what about this, or something, strikes me later on. But that's pretty rare.
Yeah, I always try to get my parody of her song done before I finish.
He does.
Well, let me ask you too, in terms of, Mark, you've done a lot of playing with other groups and stuff. So how is it the two of you teaming up together? How do you work as a team?
It's been really great because I've always tried to get different people to do anything things that they won't do because they quote unquote can't. And I figured out with Sarah, I just started saying, look, if you can't do it, I can play it. And then she'll play it, just like that. So we've been able to just take things wherever we take them and no hesitation. So it's been really neat. And also Sarah, pianists tend to not have very good time because they never play with other people.
Right.
And Sarah started working with the click track and just got it so that she's just right there. So we can do all sorts of stuff that's kind of acrobatic and know that the trapeze is going to be where it's supposed to be when you swing off it.
Again, how many years have you been playing together?
Five.
It's been 5 now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah, it's incredible. I'm going to ask you if we have time maybe for one song, or maybe we'll squeeze in two. I'll let you choose the next song you want to play.
Okay.
Born to Fly, or we won't do.
Oh, we can do Born to Fly. Sure.
Great.
A little switcheroo.
Okay.
Or River.
Which, let's do Born to Fly.
Okay.
This song is the first song that Sarah played for me that she'd written, and she came to our house and she's sitting in the studio playing it, and Iris is listening, and it was great. Iris is like this sweet, laid back person, and she goes to Sarah, "So is that all you got?" And Sarah did it again. It was like 100% better. So, go ahead.
I've always known just what to do to fix the broken wings on you. You might stay a week or two until the satin dries. Till then you'll write poetry and try out all the lines on me. Did I feel it when your lover said goodbye? You painted the blue pages and said my voice brought them to life. I waited for you, baby, to stretch and touch the sky. 'Cause I was born to sing, but you were born to fly. Little birds drop out of sight, they're longing for a place to hide. Somewhere safe in someone's arms, that's all I am tonight. And if this hurts, my apologies. You've always been good company, so why should things be different this time? You painted the blue pages, said my voice brought them to life. I waited for you, baby, to stretch and touch the sky. 'Cause I was born to sing, but you were born to fly. 'cause I was born to sing. You were born to fly.
I'm watching this and listening to this. I'm just curious, how often do you practice? In other words, do you rehearse and practice?
With the two, or like I played this before we moved, so I know I played it very recently. And then and we just kind of, well, not serious here. We'll just sit down and just play.
We were playing at least 3 hours every day for years.
Yeah, because up north we were playing out 3 or 4 nights a week
Yeah.
too. So that.
But in addition to the playing out at a concert, how?
Oh,
how
then
do you
we
practice?
do a lot, and we've done a lot of work. Because before COVID and everything, I was working on full orchestrations for a bunch of new stuff. Because our hope was to play at Tanglewood with the BSO, and so we're doing a lot of that, and then recording and then refining it. So we do a lot of work on arrangements by recording them, trying them out, and seeing where it goes. And then a lot of times we'll just sit and play stuff, and we'll just call out songs and play. You know, hey, we've never tried this song, let's play it. And that's what I enjoy, because we don't have to get bored with stuff.
Yeah, and sometimes we'll just do themes too. Like Mark will start playing something and he'll go through the change once and he'll, do some melodic theme or rhythmic theme, and then we'll just kind of play together, and it's really fun. And that, I think for me, that's what I like the best, because it kind of keeps me listening. It keeps my ears sharper.
And from start to finish, if you're developing a song for the first time you haven't played, how long does it typically take you to get ready for performance?
That's a really good question.
Well, at Born to Fly, we were actually coming through town, so we were staying at a friend's house, and we set up on her porch, and she came out and said, hey, I just wrote this song, so she sang it, and I played it once, and then we just recorded it, and we're kind of ready. And
Yeah.
So it just varies a lot.
Yeah, it depends also what we want to do with it, because some things need to sort of be a little more planned out than that.
Yeah.
But some of them, like if I just present Mark with a song that the chords are fairly common and straightforward and the patterns are more traditional, those are a little more easy to spin out quickly.
And then she did this one that was kind of a jazz waltz kind of thing, and I swore I heard it in 5. So I came back to her with this arrangement that was in 5 and not 6.
And what Sarah said is kind of a great segue to the last question I'll ask you before I maybe have to play one more song. But talk about where we go from here. So you've been in the Asheville area for all 5 weeks.
Yeah.
What are you guys looking to do in the future?
Well, I've got some friends in Nashville who are always looking for new songs. So I want to get Sarah in touch with them, just because she's got so many songs she's forgotten that I think a lot of people would really enjoy and even like to record. Sarah often, she gets tired of her own songs really quickly, so she never wants to do her songs again after we've done them for a bit. But so that's one of the things I'd love to do.
And I know also you and I are talking about doing a house concert in the near future.
Absolutely, yes.
So you do house concerts conceivably in the area, some other concerts in the venue. And if folks want to get in touch with you or find out more, best bet is to...
Tumo Coors, yes.
Thank you, yours for the beautiful sign.
Oh, that's right. So of course, you see the website. Also, the contact, is that the best way to reach you?
That's the best way, yeah.
Okay. And if we can put you on the spot for maybe one final song,
Sure.
I'll let you choose it.
Okay. Do you,
Whatever you want to do. River?
Angeline?
Let's do River.
River? Okay.
I've watched you hold your ground. I've watched you bend. I've watched you overflow with joy you can't express. I've seen you sparkling. I've seen you shine. There was a moment I imagined you were mine. River, speak to me. are my president, you're rolling by too fast. So here's my future, it's yours to take. A little corner of my heart still left to break. Rhythm, speak to me. I'm still listening. You don't let go, you wanna go. I know I stand to lose control if you take me. Up or down, high or low, I don't care. I loosen my hold if you take me. You could always carry me away. You could always make me change. Don't let go, you wanna go. Now I stand to lose control if you take me. Up or down, high or low, I don't care. I loosen my hold if you take me. You are my history, you are my past, and for a moment, everything we have can
Thank you.
Dad?
And I'd like to thank both Sarah and Mark for joining me on this special Facebook Live edition of BLAINESWORLD Show. Hope to see you in the Asheville area in the near future, and concerts and house concerts, all other good stuff.
Definitely.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, my pleasure. If you want to reach Tumo Coors,